report says U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement is set to run out of money before October, and that it will be short an estimated $345 million this fiscal year. This is a year with a record number of migrants at the southern border. NewsNation border correspondent Robert Sherman is live in Austin with more on that. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning to you, Mitch. And there are reports that indicate that congressional offices were caught off guard by this news. So now the question is, how is the federal government going to reallocate money in order to fund ICE through the rest of the fiscal year, which ends in October? Here's the reality, though, Mitch. The job on the border and the job of Department of Homeland Security agents and subsequently ICE agents has been busier than ever before. You see those migrant encounter numbers of the last 3 months, over 200,000 encounters per month. Every single one of those months has been a subsequent all-time high for the Department of Homeland Security. And now you compare that to 2020, it's a tenfold difference. Put simply, it takes a lot more resources today to do the same job 2 years later. There's also the aspect here that reportedly ICE had to fork over about $100 million to restart the Trump-era Remain in Mexico policy, which requires those migrants who are seeking asylum to remain on the Mexican side as they wait for their asylum claims to process. Recently, the Supreme Court ruled that the Biden administration is free to roll back that policy if they so choose. But the point remains, the money's already been spent, and that's where a big chunk of it ended up going to. So in terms of how the federal government plans to fund ICE through the remainder of the fiscal year, there's a couple of strategies at play here. One is reworking some Department of Homeland Security funds internally to try and see if they can free up money. Another aspect is taking reportedly $100 million from the Coast Guard to fund ICE. Still, if all those numbers come together, they'd still be several $1 million short, meaning they would need the federal government's help to get a bit more money to last the fiscal year. Mitch?
It always takes an act of Congress. All right, that's Robert Sherman in Texas for us. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.